too out of the field that to walk away, come back and look afterwards and say, oh my God, what have I created? How can I just throw that out and see what people say about it? And maybe make something out of it.
I had a character whose catchphrase, and I think only line was, "I can only come and baby." And I still love that. I don't feel bad about that at all. You know? I want to make a shirt with that. That's not how I feel. But if you think about it, that's tragic. He can only come and be there. We don't know if he likes to, or if he, if he has to. We don't know what will happen if he doesn't come and be there. There's no laughing, but to me, it's serious.
There's a level of tragedy there.
But honestly, no. I can't think of. There are things that I wish I'd done, better. But you can't control like stuff like I look at Johnny and I see all the mistakes and all the pretentiousness. Even though back then I thought I was just being funny, but I look back at it now and I think I'm being funny in a pretentious way that I can't stand, which kind of works for the character because he's kind of a dick. But to have people not see that he's ridiculous makes me think that I probably could have written him a little more adequately to present him as kind of a joke as opposed to someone that people would want to be like, But in terms of regret, no, not really. Next question. Oh, and it was a good question, by the way. Thanks.
And it had to be something on the fun side. Excellent.
How do you feel about some of the really crazy fan fiction people do with your characters and your stories?
Feel? That's their thing. It's not my thing. I mean, early on I would see little, wow, God, that's the greatest American hero. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone cosplay as the greatest American hero. William Katz would be proud. Do you know who that is? The actor that played him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was down here.
I love to meet him. House, man. House. Not MD, the house. What was the question? No, I've seen a couple of the stories that people have written, the fanfic stuff. It's not like usually it's them. It's not them. I've never seen any fanfic stuff where it seems like it was Invader Zim. It seems like it's a lot of the characters shoehorned into someone's revolting ideas of what the characters might do, but they don't get the language of it. They don't like if they applied for a job on the show, they would have been turned away. Like, you're right. No, it doesn't. I don't know about any of the stuff that's out there now, and I think a couple of the people that do the fan art stuff are incredibly talented. So talented that I kind of wish that they would do something that's their own, as opposed to doing fan art.
But then as well, are you pleased that you had that kind of influence that makes people do all that well?
Yeah. It's incredibly flattering.
That people want to apply their talents to emulate your work rather than to create something.
Emulation, not so much. If it inspires them to do something new on their own eventually, like everyone starts by copying someone here and there. I was very influenced by things growing up, and then hopefully you develop your own style. But just wanting to be like someone else I can't really relate to that. But if it inspires anything, if it inspires anyone to write or to draw or do something that eventually maybe sort of stands out on their own, yeah, that's very cool. I dig that. But characters doing one another and shit like that. Have you read anything that I've done? People liking one another is just not the point. So then you're thinking, why do you like my work? You know, is it my work, or is it the fact that here's more characters that you can just be gross with?
Instead of the usual question that you probably get, what are you going to do next? Because you put some new titles out every now and again. You've done comics, which you said was pretty much for yourself because you enjoyed doing them. You've done a TV show, you've got action figures, you've got t-shirts, you've pretty much got a lot of things out there. Is there a medium that you think, you know what, I would love to do a different medium? Is there something like that that you wanted to look at in the future?
There's specific stuff that I want to do, but they'll sort of tie into what I've already done. You know, I'd love to get further into just different ways of storytelling features, live action stuff. I like actually working with real actors, which I've done, in animation, but just voice actors. But that was one of my favorite things, was actually working with the people. I just love bossing people around, and they're crying, and like, shut up! That was horrible, do it better! Do it like I'm doing it, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to. It's sort of not cool to feed people their lines, like, do it like this, but, like, no, really, do it like this. I don't know, stuff that I'm into. Like, I'd love to get more toys made. I'd love to do, and I'll always want to do more comics, but, and I'd love to do more animation, but not for kids. People, I don't know, I get people asking, are you saying you're going to do animation again? No, I just don't want to do animation for kids. It doesn't mean I don't like kid animation. I just don't want to do it, It's, no matter what you do, you're going to go through hell, especially stuff like television, if you're working in animation. It's hell. It's just, it's your life. It's 24/7. You're just doing so much. And I'd rather be in hell for something new and something that I want to do. I'm going to be in hell. But I could do a show for kids where I'm much more restricted, or I could do something that's maybe a little bit more open-ended. You're still going to be in hell, but you feel a little more like it's worth it. But you're asking what other stuff I want to do? Like, do I want to dance, or
Johnny the Musical or something, but I don't know. That's pretty much what you said. Like, everyone's expecting a new comic, everyone's expecting a new cartoon. Everyone's expecting
it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not so much complaining that people are asking for, something familiar again, like we want more of that. Because at the same time, it's cool, it's supportive to know that people like what you like. But I've just always been very bad at just sort of responding to that and doing it just because people want it. It has to be something that the creator feel something for, as opposed to, well, I just gotta make more of this because it's expected. Yeah. It doesn't mean I won't go back to some of that old stuff. I obviously can't go back to working with them. People, a lot of people don't seem to understand that it's not mine. It belongs to a corporation. I did the show, it was my idea, my characters and stuff, but when it ended, I can't do Zim Comics. I get a lot of emails asking me why didn't you take Zim to Cartoon Network? It's like, I can't, it's not my show, I made it, but I don't own the rights to it. And if I did, I still would go back to working on it, because I did it, and I think there's just so much more, so many more interesting ideas to deal with. But that's not easy. I go from networks and stuff, with show ideas, but again, it's sort of like with the audience, they want them again. They want basically that same idea again. They want a kids show, and I don't know, to places go, just ladies, vagina explodes, and and I'm like, what? That's awesome! So yeah, I like to do things that I think are more appropriate for me, as opposed to having people come to me and go, hey, you did that kids show, we want a kids show. And I'm like, no, you don't want my kids show. But that's